Welcome back, folks, to ESL Season 42, Week 1, Game 2. It's Squirtle Squad, ex-Gaimin Gladiators found the name, guys. There's Squirtle Squad, and it's Boggs and Exter with you again for this second map, and Timbermen kind of got pub stomped, didn't they? They're going to have to recover.
Yeah, I mean, at least they are playing against a new team, so they don't have to worry as much about facing the, Gaimin Gladiators roster. They can breathe a sigh of relief. I don't know if Snap spotted this guy on the boost. 60 gonna drop off the perch zone. In the meantime, just taking that avenue of approach towards Donut. They're walking into the dualies though, and able to line up a couple of headshots there. JazzPimp walking into the deadly duo right there as well, but it's only two that he finds. Shane left on the back site is gonna be taken down, and they drop everyone here. One more around the corner. It is just Shane left standing here. He needs to find a multi-kill, and he has teammates coming through Donut to support as well. It's gonna be Intra to finish the job, but those dualies, they found themselves a fair few kills.
Nice work with the dual Berettas. Love the dualies, honestly. I think they're a great gun to use in those close range angles, as evidenced right there with the donut angle. So, you could use the dualies to great effect on pistol rounds. It's a good round and a great start on the map for Timbermen. But still, they have to deal with the pistols, which have proven to be a little more difficult than they probably would have liked, at least on Vertigo. And we'll see what Squirtle Squad are going to be able to do here. They got some utility up their sleeve. Nice little deep molly from Timbermen as they try and take some mid control. But Squirtle Squad will continue to rush towards the A side here. They're grouping up, getting ready for a push. And Timbermen might even have a little bit of a fun time down Snake and clear out towards back of B.
One good note. Actually, I'll hold that thought. They're just running in Donut here as fast as ever. George gonna be... Actually, Beatles has his back. George's gonna be taken down here. George does find that second entry. So now we got ourselves some side access. 60 does get caught a little bit overextended there. Now into the equal 3-on-3. They have a hard time punching in those numbers here, and Beatles might learn that the hard way. Dare going on the aggression, will find a kill. They haven't even gotten bombed down. That's towards middle as well, so this round, while winnable, is very difficult.
Nice one by George. Swings out for the second kill. Still has half his health, too. But Snav's in a great spot to stop this bomb recovery. George peeking out the right angle. Mowed down by the MP9. But a costly round nonetheless. Squirtle Squad coming close, but no cigar here on the T side of Ancient. And, well, the best side of Ancient for both of these sides is the CT side. But here's the thing. It's the first couple of rounds, and already the economic damage is being dealt by Squirtle Squad. They're literally being able to get away with running and gunning against rifles. That should not be happening.
Yeah, I do think there's a fair few issues already in the defense right now, but the important thing is that they're winning these CT rounds, right? At least they're converting off the back of it, despite it being very expensive, but it might be expensive here once again. Another force spike coming through from Squirtle Squad. They're not done with it just yet. Looking to continue to apply that pressure. Intra looking to bring things back here, but they're up against the Glial. Snap somehow still able to have his teammates back, and now into a 3-on-4. Again, it's all about doing that economic damage in a round like this. JazzPimp caught between a rock and a hard place. He's going to start to make his presence known. They can't get past the smoke, and finally Snap chasing things down, but the numbers continue to drop, and it's Cynic to drop them all as well. Finally, Squirtle Squad able to win a round right there, and a 3-on-5 with only Tech 9s.
Well, highlighted problems going into that round. Those problems came to fruition and came crashing down around the Timbermen. They are now broke, an MP9 forced up by Snap, a bit of utility as well. Some Deagles and other pistols will be purchased up by the CT side, but now it's Squirtle Squad's turn to really start to take control of the early portion of this map. Much like how Vertigo started off, was a bit back and forth between the two sides, but it did look shaky, much more shaky for the Timbermen side. Snap able to win that duel though, and does take a lot of damage still. That's an AK, not a Galil. Probably George gets the kill. But still, you can't be relying on probablys. You have to actually get the job done. And Intra taking a lot of shots, not going to be able to connect any of that. In the meantime, his site's been taken over. The Molotov not getting Droid, but forcing him into two different players. Bomb going to go down on B, and Intra sitting close in person with a 5-7 is going to get run into by at least some player. He's going to be 60 to get the kill, either him or JazzPimp. Shane's come through, got one kill, but this doesn't look very likely. Never mind, a dink and a kill, and all of a sudden it's two one-shot players up against JazzPimp, who's got the angle on the first, drops his smoke, and has a Molotov. That should pop just in time for Snap. He runs and he gets barbecued, and it's Squirtle Squad to pick up 2 in a row. But these ones have been very back and forth and awkward.
Saw that one coming from a mile away, man. He just had too much momentum. He couldn't stop himself right there. Running straight through the flames. A bit unfortunate. Just they did have a chance, Timbermen, but instead, you know what I said before, it all comes crumbling, right? I said Timbermen, at least they were winning these rounds, and when they stop winning those rounds, it becomes a bit problematic. You said both teams have that favor on the CT side, and yeah, it's Ancient here. They're gonna have a hard time winning those T side rounds, especially up against Squirtle Squad, who have a deep history on this map, and as I've mentioned, you know, kind of utilize this map as a pocket pick. They have very, very good defensive setups. Cynic on the op towards A, it's incredible, just like anchor player. It makes that site almost inhabitable for any T side, so things becoming very scary. I mean, I think we're past that point for Timbermen. At least they're punching back though here. Dare opening up proceedings is always a strong suit.
Well, there we go. B-Will's making it a little more doable here for Squirtle Squad. Gets a 3K and race for 60. Those two old teammates over on Triumph gonna get those couple of kills, and Squirtle Squad grabbed the lead very early on here on Ancient. Still been very rough rounds for them. They haven't been able to win anything cleanly just yet. We'll hope to see that they can do so moving forward. They're gonna struggle a little bit more in this half. Yeah, starting on the T side of Ancient's never easy, but they should have enough to finish things off, at least in a more clean fashion they have been doing so far. Full M4s for Timbermen, a decent amount of utility as well, 1 kit for Shane, and a lot of mid control. They're going to push up towards Snake as well, has a teammate with him, Darren Droid. All this mid Snake control, and Snav was there as well. It's a total collapse, and B-Will's met first. He's been the big hitter for Squirtle Squad on this map so far. That could just telegraph this is going to be an A take, and yeah, they're starting to back away towards the A side here, even come on the flank. That nade's going to telegraph it even more. Droid eats that one for brunch, but the A side going to be overwhelmed. Shane's blinded, spraying away. They know exactly where he is. They're trying to clear more angles here. Shane spraying away, finally gets that kill as George drive-bys him with a Mac Daddy. Swaps over. In the meantime, Zinnik has popped another head. Bell rung bomb down for a 3v3 here into this post-plant situation, and Intra's already around the smoke.
Level up towards his temple. Nice pickup right there from Intra, like he said. Aggressive on the movement right there. Cynic needs to be on the prowl. He needs to make his move quickly, but George is going to strike here instead. Battling it out for 2. Intra left on 67 HP, and with 2 targets left to deal with, he won't expect a second close by. Bomb's been tapped here. Might just start to spam it down here, and yeah, it's been completely sold hook, line, and sinker. Intra's going to find the last kill just in time to get Cynic off guard right there, and get that diffuse off, but still, I mean, left with 5 HP in a one-on-one. This isn't how you want to be converting CT rounds on Ancient. You want to make them clean, you want to make them tidy, and right now it's as close as it can get every single round.
Yeah, you don't want to be winning rounds like that on any map on the CT side. It's going to torpedo your economy entirely. They do have an op to play with this round, so we'll see if they get a little more done with it. A little aggression, perhaps. An MP9 for Snav, the op for Dare. And a couple of kits. The utility's still not very good for Timbermen. Granted, they haven't necessarily used it all too much. It's been a lot more of taking firefights and working around a Squirtle Squad aggress throughout the map. There's the Molotov cave exchange, though, and to sit behind it. B default here from Squirtle Squad. The bomb left over towards A, though, interestingly enough, and Intra taking the damage through the spam wall. Squirtle Squad probing forward onto the side. Cynic has an opportunity, but it's JazzPimp to get the trade, as Dare has struck with a big green gun, peeking around, has himself a second, but in comes JazzPimp for the kill. Snaver turns it into a 3v2 in the favor of the Timbermen. But look at B-Will's position over on the side, a yin-yang with Snav, who's stuck back in towards Cave, the bomb making its way the long way towards B, and pretty soon Timbermen are going to realize they've been duped.
60's been able to smooth on past him, though, in the meantime here, so it's becoming a little bit worrisome here for Timbermen in this mid-round. Molly being thrown in towards Cave, safe passage for a plant here. B-Will showing his location and a double flank coming through for Timbermen at the moment. It's still very workable for this retake here, but with time ticking and further post plants, things become a lot more awkward. 60 still has that cave control and has a great little crossfire to work with here. He peeks out, sticks his nose in for a kill on a snap. 60 still covering that cave side as well, and again will go aggressive molly off for B-Wills, but he's able to peek around it. That might give him a false sense of security here. Smoke being thrown out, but still Shane gonna mop up that final kill and save the day. Another Timberman round, but another one that's about as close as it can be.
And another bomb plan for Squirtle Squad too, which they're not on the best loss just yet, but they're able to get a decent buy here. Pistols and armor will be about, and they can get some damage done with that. Again, they've had success on the pistols before, and they're keeping it very close against the Timbermen here, who have not been able to get comfortable. The op in the hands of Dare, the M4s across the board, Intra on the AK, and Tech 9's Deagle's going to come through from Squirtle Squad. Maybe a little more mid-pressure from them this round. We'll see what they're going to want to opt for. But I feel like Squirtle Squad's going to have to mix up their play a little bit more. They've been very static. It's either, hey, we're going to group up A or we're going to group up B. That's going to be what we're going to do. There hasn't been enough variety just yet. It's been very easy for Timberman to read and get the flanks.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you, right? It's been very easy to read. But I will say, I mean, for the most part, it's been working at least to get those bomb plants and make yourself a potential clutch situation. I think for a T side of Ancient, that can be valuable in its own right. So right now, the Archer kind of taking your advice at the moment. Have a little bit of mid control here being brought out. They also have that B presence, a slow default, a much slower one than we've seen in the past. They're going to walk into Dare's AWP, and that's not a promising prospect here. He's good for one. Swat's had a second as well, but it's going to be Droid to mop that kill up instead.
Couple easy picks, no returns for Squirtle Squad as they're going to get funneled into the B site, 2 through cave. Nice crossfire set up between Intra and Snav on the exit here. And there's going to be a smoke down, another one thrown by Cynic, who could draw some ire. He's going to get spammed down very low, but there's no trace just yet. B-Will's running around. Finally, they get the kill. But there comes a double nade from Droid. Double dunk. And there comes a third nade to get the last kill. And that's about the best nade efficiency I've seen from anybody in ESL in a while. And it doesn't get much better than 3 kills on 2 nades.
Yeah, it doesn't. Great utility usage, well worth the value. Right there, that can be, kind of a T-side feeling, though, right? Where that bomb site is so absolutely tiny that there's no safe passage for a plant if you have a little bit of utility. That's why Timberman, they need to be continuing these clean rounds. It's so crucial here. If they can have that utility, it can be a big extra oomph to their CT side. It can get them activated here, and they've already started off quite nicely in the defense. They need to continue this hot streak. They want to try and give themselves enough room here.
They lose the early utility battle. Snav burned down to 53 HP. And space gained by Squirtle Squad, who are just starting to get a little bit more fluid with their defaults, getting a lot more map control early on, seeing how the defense is setting up. It's a 3-2 split with nobody at all in towards middle, just a bit of a passive hold and donut. Molotov's exchange between Shane and Cxzi, and that means mid is wide open for the taking for Squirtle Squad. That gives them a whole lot of room to work with if they want to go for it. And they're starting to aggress that direction now, and JazzPimp with the smoke spam takes down Snav. Things working out well so far for Squirtle Squad on this gun round. With this double up in mid house and red room too, there's so much control, so much at stake for Squirtle Squad to be able to work with. And a rotation in towards A collapse is coming through, and Timbermen are none the wiser. Everyone just focusing onto the sites, really. Now they're starting to feel maybe there could be a play coming in through middle. The op going back towards main, though. Cxzi, he's making noise. He's going to be heard, and he's going to start the spray. Not connecting it. Shane's got a pair. Dare with another, but George and JazzPimp have answered the call. They're going to try and get the bomb down here. George going to cover his teammate as a rotation's coming in from Dona. The bomb goes down, though. George has been spotted. 1v2, and he's in a pincer maneuver spot. They know where he is, and he has to win this fight. He's not won it yet. He knows where they both are, but he has to win the duels. 1 kill, low on HP, tosses out the flash, and dodges the nade. Retreating back and forth in towards CT spawn. The pistol's out for Dare. The overkill comes through, and Timberman now with a 3-round lead, doubling the score of Squirtle Squad. But another round going into a 1v1 for the CT side. It's not clean enough.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is what Dare's doing best right now. 144 ADR. He's single-handedly pulling his teammates in this one. keeping them alive here. Massive clutch from him. Otherwise, it would have been a disaster for Timbermen's economy. Like you said, it's just not clean rounds that they're converting. So it always is a concern as to whether or not they can keep that economy nice and stable. But the fact that Dare's closing these rounds out is what's most important. So another round from him, and he's mobile with the op as well. Gonna take a different approach. Gonna head over towards that cave side of things, just covering a lot of ground here. Early utility being thrown out. They're gonna bypass this though, and then current standings, Squirtle Squad are gonna walk past all of this attempted control, free of charge by that one smoke.
Squirtle Squad need to get an opening here and actually get around on the board quickly because they're giving confidence back to Timbermen. They're taking fights they were losing earlier on in Vertigo. They're starting to come back into it now, more and more. Cynic with a Galil trying to get the open up with the op is here. He still gets a free kill on a snap. The op swings out wide, and there's the Cubby trade from Intra. But a 4v4 gives a lot more room for Squirtle Squad to work with, and the bomb's already bailed out. 60's taking that to A site, and Shane's all alone. He's isolated, and they can find... Wait, there's only 2 smokes for utility. Squirtle Squad have burned through so much of their belts, and Beebles gets caught in the mid-rotation. At least Shane's gone for Squirtle Squad. That's the bomb down at the very least into a 3v3.
They're gonna need some sort of heroic so quickly. Yeah, Droid's so very low on HP. He's gonna drop to George's rifle, and I think some tough decisions ahead here for Timbermen if they even want to attempt this here. 2-on-3, op in the hands of Dare. He has been a hero once before, but can he keep it up? Flashbang gonna send him on in. He's gonna take the initiative here, but 60's dropped another here. 1-on-3 for Dare. Doesn't even realize what's around the corner. Certain death lies in. He finds the first. One more inside of Donut. Can he seriously pull this off? Bomb's been tapped but not stuck. JazzPimp gonna stick his neck out. Droid can't find it. It's been tapped here, but the chase is in. He's still defusing. Right around the corner with the Glock. He will find it. What a round from Dare. He saves him once again. JazzPimp finds the kill, but still, Timberman's round count continued to rise.
Another round that Squirtle Squad have some sort of advantage and they can get set up, and they just get it ripped away. They're really failing to come up with anything in these post plans, and it's becoming scary now. 7 rounds to Timbermen, only 3 again for Squirtle Squad. Yeah, they're doing damage. Yeah, they're getting round. At least they're getting bomb plants. They're getting buys, but they're not getting rounds. And if they don't get rounds, they're going to go into the CT side with too big of a gulf to cross, and giving Timbermen that opportunity to take it all the way down to Inferno. So right now for Squirtle Squad, this is your map. This has kind of been your pocket pick that you've used for the last couple of seasons of ECL. This is your territory. You need to step up and get your job done here. You need to maybe take a little less over-aggressive fights once you have the post plants down. Maybe save a little more utility for those takes and for the posts, not just dry peeking into angles and getting picked off by the op. The op has really been huge for Timbermen so far in this map, and Squirtle Squad have not found an answer to it. This smoke also doesn't really cover off anything.
It's going to definitely cause some concern, so it's just a whole nother avenue of approach that Timbermen have to be aware of. So if the split towards B does come through, especially with that kill from JazzPimp, now Cynic collapsing as well, complications arising here for the Timbermen. They're trying to reclaim some of this control towards middle, but in the meantime, Interest's been smoked off, bomb's been grabbed, and now the pressure being applied here. It all comes down to a game of timing. Cynic not turned the right way, though. Shane gonna drop another, and now that man advantage swinging back in the way of Timbermen to try and reclaim this round here. Interest still in a very prime position. His location unknown. So in the meantime, he's gonna be able to be a thorn in their side. No B-Wills. He clues into the location there of Intra, and now into a 2-on-2. It's very workable, especially with these post-plant positions, but it's another clutch, and it's another round where Dare's still standing.
16-8 for Dare. Shane walks out, back turn to Jasmine. The crossfire can come through. Now B-Will's closing onto the side. Dare's quick scoping, but he's not connecting it. A little BM coming in from B-Wills, and a gut round finally picked up by Squirtle Squad after a long slide. I believe, I want to say it was somewhere around 5 or 6 rounds of a slide. And so for Squirtle Squad to get that one back again, it's definitely a good sign for them. They've been doing a lot of damage. They finally get some success. And it comes from not over-peaking in the 1v, in the post plants, doesn't it? It doesn't come from them going for those aggressive fights.
Yeah, it seems like they know they have to buckle down here, but finally winning that round, you can see how close things have been. It's going to be a force buy here, and it's still not going to be much brought to the table. Some utility here and there. We'll see if it can be enough to keep Timberman hot streak going. But still, I feel like once you get into the 5 T side rounds of Ancient, that's where things become very, very scary. That's where you feel like, you know, that's just enough to bolstered up a CT side there, and you're gonna find a singular kill. There's Dare that's just not available for the trade though, unfortunately. So his efforts could be in vain here. You do have Snav around the corner though, holding off the A side here in a very forward position. Has to worry about two fronts though.
I like 60's position creeping out. It's going to come to the timing, though. He gets backstabbed by Snav, and that's the timing. Going the way of the player out towards Longhouse. Cynic's next in line, and he might get caught as well. Looking the wrong direction. He knows where Shane is. He's spamming away. He's giving up his own positioning, and he's going to back out through Donut as well, conceding the angle. George creeping in through mid. Snav's pushing in through long, and actually could get caught off here. Beal's making all the noise, though, and that's the bomb dropped. Timbermen, a pistol round, perhaps. A 4 spy that could work out in a 4v2 with a bomb at their feet. There's a good trade back by George, and there's a backstep for Cynic to a 2v2, but Snav still in a very good spot. Dare coming in as well with a deagle. Snav, if he doesn't get cleared out well, is going to have a prime position on the bomb with the time down to 16 seconds. George pushing out through A. He spots out, but he gets destroyed, and Snav holds the line for both. Timbermen up to 8. And Squirtle Squad have to be kicking themselves for spreading out and getting picked off by the pistols.
Yeah, that's a huge lifeline right there from Timberman. So many close rounds led them to that point to force spy up right there, right? And they even find a quick 1-for-1 trade, but it just seemed like they were spread too thin. Positions all over the map, you could see. I mean, players pushing through Donut, isolated from the rest of their team. You had players pushing, or at least waiting for pushes B, so many question marks on that round for Squirtle Squad, and they got to buckle down here. It's becoming very scary. Timberman, you don't want to let them warm up. That was exactly what they did so well on Vertigo here. And Dare, well, he's past the point of warming up. He's an absolute monster right now. Aggression going on towards A to try and recover. 60 playing so elusive. It's going to catch Shane off guard, and now that smoke towards Donut, they're going to be able to really get that easy side access.
Like the cross from Cynic, but Snav's been able to get into Temple. Bomb's not down just yet. 60 holding onto that, trying to cross. JazzPimp engaging with Snav. Neither player really taking too much damage here. 4v4 retake onto the side. A nade and a smoke's all they have, but Cynic's coming from behind. Donut are cleared out. And now Snav is trying to cross in with 2 big kills. Cynic unable to get the third of the round he needed. JazzPimp and B-Wills holding the line. Snav and Droid clearing their way forward. B-Wills coming back in through Donut. Not going to be cleared. They don't expect him to be here. In through the smoke. Snav just gets caught on the retreat. JazzPimp long-range spray finds the tracers onto Droid. And another round responded by Squirtle Squad here. A couple of rounds to go to clear out this half. A 7-8 potentially there for Squirtle Squad, which would be a good recovery, especially since Timbermen are going to be on pistols here with a 4 spy coming forth. Actually, they're going all in. The scout for Dare, Snav with the MP9, Dread on a 5-7. And these rounds have not been terrible for Timbermen so far on Ancient. There's a decent chance they can get this working for them.
I gotta say, man, we're getting to the territory where I feel like you're pretty comfortable if you're Squirtle Squad, though, on the T side here of Ancient. They've already put up a great effort, especially with the fact that they've lost so many clutches. I mean, you take that into consideration with what could have been if they had just closed out, like, you know, 2 or at least 3 of those 1v1s. It would have been a completely different standing, but they've lost all of those. They've lost the man advantage here early on. 60 going to be bested here. So at least that's a start here. Maybe they can make the magic happen once again with the pistols. Re-aggression down towards ramp as well, but at the moment, Squirtle Squad prepped for this. They're ready. And there's one flashbang that has to do him in. JazzPimp fully blinded up. He has to run away, and he has his teammates right behind him to save the day. Pressure being applied here on a Dare with only a scout. He's got to chamber in some quick headshots, and he's getting chased down, forced to fall off the line. That'll be sight claim from the T side right there.
Have already done some damage too. They have taken a lot more though, so there's still a winnable possibility here for Timbermen, especially if they find a stray shot onto Beals or JazzPimp, both very low. The scout trying to find something, no scoping through the smoke is Dare. Cynic going for a dangerous engagement. He spammed Dare down to 15 HP, and Timbermen might not even decide to save out of this position because they don't really have any money to go into the next round with. Droid's already saving in towards middle. Shane backed out of that one a long time ago. Dare will not be allowed to, but he'll just go back to a scout, presumably speaking, and Squirtle Squad with 6. And this is really where the danger zone opens up for Timbermen, because Squirtle Squad much better on the CT side than the T side, and Timbermen's T side is It's okay. It's at 51.4%, but then when you think of the level of competition, which Squirtle Squad are used to playing against... Oh, droid. He died.
And yeah, no, man. Yeah, it's brutal scenes. Definitely ending this half off pretty comfortable for Squirtle Squad. I would say, you know, given the success rate of this map and how CT-sided it is, it's probably just as dominant of a T-side scoreline as Vertigo was right there. I mean, all things considered. Yeah. Especially with the clutch factor. I mean, Timberman finally winning some of those clutches, and with how well Dare's playing, the fact that this is even close is a bit scary. It's still just as strong for Squirtle Squad here at the end of the day, and, well, they've read their defense perfectly here in this round. Not a question in this world. A rush towards A, and about as easy as you like, they're going to likely have themselves a 7th round.
There's one from Cynic. Cxzi sprays down one. JazzPimp there to back him up. Cxzi goes for the KS, and it's all down to Droid as fast as you could say Jiminy Cricket. He's stuck in Donut. Probably not going to be put in the fryer. Never mind, there it is. It's going to get ticked away. JazzPimp pushes through. They know where he is now. He gets sprayed down, and he'll be finished off momentarily.
Oh.
Cxzi to jump around. 8-7 at the half. We'll see y'all in just a second.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
We're back here on Ancient. It's Boggs and Exner. Squirtle Squad versus Timbermen here with the Squirtle Squad taking that first map. Don't believe what the screen tells you right now. It's wrong. It's Squirtle Squad who won Vertigo 16-3. Timbermen were able to win the half. It was CT side Ancient. They've only got 8. Cole, that's really not enough, is it?
Not in my opinion here. We need to see insane T-side, masterful tactics, insane depth if they want to get into this one. And I will say they got the right idea here for the opening pistol. Now, punching in the numbers, it's a whole other story. They've dropped one through the smoke there. George going to collect here. They're looking for more. Headshot from George, right on the money on a dare. That's 2 straight through the smoke. What a round to kick things off here. And George going to continue his terror. Now they push in through Donut, and Intra going to start filling the feed here, but Shane left into the 1-on-2 with a reload successful. He needs to nail these headshots as quick as ever, and Cynic jumping up with the USP. He's going to seal the deal right there.
Quickly style. Jumping around the corner with a USP. What a round for Squirtle Squad. The smoke spam stopping the bomb plant, the run and gun on the pistol, just working out so well for him. And for Timberman, that's a heartbreaking round to lose. Not only do you not get the bomb plant, but you had everything going for you called a free sight. You couldn't get the bomb down, and then you just got wiped. Finished off by a jumping USP headshot to just really wrap things up with a nice little bow. 8-8 tie ball game.
That's the danger of this map, right? It's so elusive, that A bomb site. With smokes down, you think you're safe, but it's never the case, right? Everyone has those angles down to a T at this point in time. We've been playing Ancient long enough for that to be true.
Yep.
Right now, you got full control of B here. You've got no presence for Timbermen, and honestly, you don't have any business winning this round, I will say. So, the flank coming through here from 60 towards G-spawn. He'll grab himself a kill. They'll fall out of line, and in the meantime here, it's looking like they're locking in another long range with the MP9. Alright.
Well, the kills are just unfurling here for Squirtle Squad. It is a nice, flawless anti-eco. And they'll grab their lead for the first time here on Ancient. And it's double MP9 still. It's a bonus round for Squirtle Squad. I'm sure they'll be happy with this. AKs across the board for Timbermen, but a distinct lack of utility so far. Shane only with a smoke. Intra at least is a good amount of a kit. Android will also grab a couple of pieces, but overall it's a minimal utility over on the Timbermen. The HUD says low. I would definitely agree with that. They're lacking in smokes, flashbangs, molotovs, everything. And they've already used a good complement of their minimal utility in the first 5-10 seconds of the round. A lot of B control. Need presence here for Timbermen, but with Squirtle Squad splitting down through middle and Snake, this play's going to be read here very effectively. And is it really worth spamming that angle with an MP9?
I don't think so. Surely you can't do any damage there. In the meantime, though, they're going to push up towards the E-ramp side of things, and everyone's huddled behind this smoke. There's still a lot of presence here for Squirtle Squad, but that defense a bit thin here. He will store a flashbang. He's peeking out, showing some shoulder, but he's going to quickly fall off. He's going to give up that space, give up that control, allow his teammates to come in rotation to try and help out. JazzPimp in the meantime going to fall down as well. B-Will's taking a long-range duel right there with the MP9. Isn't going to work too well, and the flashbang perfect. Intra going to drop there. George finally going to collect a kill. There's a couple low HP bars that can entice Squirtle Squad into this retake, but they got to start making a move on here. They don't have a lot of map control. They're waiting for 60's flank to activate first.
He's stomping through. What the damage by George onto Shane? He's taking him down into one-shot territory. 60 not spotting it out, but he still wins the duel against Dare mid-range. B-Wolves goes 1-for-1. 60 not going to be able to get the kill, but it's brought down to one last player on Timbermen, who gets dropped. And, well, Squirtle Squad are doing everything right. Timbermen can't buy a round. They're going to be able to half buy here, at least get the Lils if they really wanted to. But time is starting to run out for them.
Yeah, it sure is right there. I mean, you can see what is being done. You can see there's a very cohesive game plan from Squirtle Squad in that round. You saw the aggression coming through from 60 all the way activating on that flank. You saw the very passive play from B-Wills on the B site right there. Knowing that he was on an island if they started to execute in. So every step of the way, there's just great coordination and communication going on from Squirtle Squad that's netting them these rounds here, but there's also a lot of shooting, and it will be JazzPimp and the help of 60 actually to open up proceedings right there, kick things off. There's one more tucked in towards that cubby. They don't even have control of the mid angle here. They're getting smoked off, they're getting pressured off. There's nothing that they can grab for free.
Oh, and there's a nice opening, second opener there from 60.
No
Over the
way.
smoke, Dare's been finished off, and 60 just going aggro. JazzPimp finding Droid. It's just a collapse from Timbermen, a colossal collapse. And Shane's grabbed the bomb in a 1v5. A bit of a hunt coming through here. Why not at this point, right? Why not if you're Squirtle Squad? Just really add salt to the wound. Give it a nice little rub. Maybe even pour some lemon juice on there too. Really make it painful for him. And Shane's eventually going to get mopped up here by the Squirtle Squad. It will be one way or another. They're going to find him. They're going to get him. There we are. Cynic with the last kill. 11-8. The lead just keeps growing, and Timberman's time in the server just seems to keep shrinking. Without that Vertigo win, they're pretty much done and dusted.
Yeah, once you get into the, like, 8-7 halves on T side, that's where this map just feels like almost inevitable. You never want to count a team out at halftime, right? But my God, it just feels so unwinnable on the T side sometimes if you don't give yourself enough room. You almost have to, you know, pull off some sort of crazy execute, some sort of, you know, opening pick that can save the day right there, because it's so CT sided, and I don't know how JazzPimp just found those two kills right towards cave, it seems like. And with 60 on support, this round falls as flat as ever. Not a single fight back. a couple of punches here and there, but it's soft close.
It's just a clothesline round after round by Squirtle Squad. Timbermen getting knocked to the floor. They now have the op for Dare, who has actually not found a kill at all this half, despite having, I think he finished, what, around 17 or 18 kills in the last half? So...
yeah, he was absolutely studded in the last half.
That's a massive fall off and a bit of a problem for Timbermen too, because Dare's performances were kind of the catalyst for them winning a lot of those rounds.
Yeah, his clutches, his multi-kills with the AWP, right, were almost everything for them, so you're bringing up a great point right now. The fact that he's limited to just 0 is massive. JazzPimp playing a dangerous game here up against the op. All angles being pressed upon once again. This is a Squirtle Squad classic here, just pressuring every side of the map, and on a map like Ancient, it's so frustrating, it's so brutal. One way around the smoke, JazzPimp gonna find himself too. Flashbangs to try and recover. Shane gonna be like, I want to join in. He's gonna get taken down low as well. They're smoked out of the doors. Look at the aggression coming through. It's one-man JazzPimp just frustrating them all. 60 gonna light up 2 headshots, and this round was over before it ever got started. It's a full house between the two right there.
That was another buy-up for Timbermen too. They're going to be back on the pistols again, unless they want to force, which it is the Timbermen. They might want to, but no, they're going to half buy it here. It's a good decision economically speaking, but considering the fact that Squirtle Squad are about to go up by 6 rounds, Timbermen need to be able to win. And here's the thing too. You get 4 tactical timeouts per map. Timbermen have not called 1, and they have won a combined 11 rounds across 2 maps. That's a problem.
Yeah, I have to agree with you.
Yeesh. That was ugly.
It's the life of a angler on this map here, and it's going to be 60 looking to recover. P9 and JazzPimp here. You'll get taken down with ease. Shane going to drop him, and maybe this is saving grace here. Maybe this is a lifeline. I don't know if it'll really keep them afloat, but at least it'll allow them to tread water for a little while longer. Fuel's on the wrong bomb site as well, so Timbermen don't realize how free B is. They don't have to overthink this one. They can walk right in.
Well, he was going to make his way over there sometime. He's going to run. He has a kit, which is good. No Molotov, no nades, though. And Shane's actually in the right spot to shut him down as he crosses forward. They're going to double up into cave, which is a really good idea. Play the numbers advantage. But it doesn't matter when B-Wills rips him from the first. Nice kill from Droid, though. Tapping away with the tech. It's going to be a pistol round victory for Timbermen. A round that could be their saving grace to at least make this one a little bit closer. Give themselves a chance to win it back. It's going to be another buy-up from Squirtle Squad, though. They can op again if they want to. Cynic debating that decision. Hasn't had too much success with the op throughout the course of the day, though, so he might be better off on the rifle, and he seems to agree with that sentiment, so he'll be back on the M4. Timbermen have the op on Dare again, who has not yet found a kill this half, but that was a great recovery from the individuals over on Timbermen, and through the smoke, Dare just gets destroyed, shredded at 33 HP. The nade to chase him back further, and a little bit of a spam, too, coming in from JazzPimp. But no openings just yet from either side. Nice little nade onto Snav there, too. And he's going to take more damage on the spam walls. So, Squirtle Squad winning that unconfirmed damage battle.
Suffocating right now, this defense that they're throwing at them. You can see the amount of spam. Flashbang set up here to further regress. 60 accidents his second kill and grabs himself a third. That one's on purpose right there. He's going to keep up the aggression, chasing down, because why not? What do you have? Not a single fear in the world. Droid left last man standing without bomb in his hands here. And a 1-on-5 to deal with. Not ideal prospects. He's going to stick his head up to 3 players. A firing squad right around the corner. And that's going to be 14 grabbed right after the round.
That's exactly what Squirtle Squad wanted to do to respond, though. Just get back in the win column. A nice, confident round. A very smooth round. Something to knock Timbermen down a peg again. Knock them off their high horse. That little confidence they got from winning a round on the T side has been stripped away. And for Squirtle Squad, it really looks like they don't need an op right now. They operate better without it. They operate a lot more fluidly. They don't get too stuck into certain positions. Look at all that nade damage. Injured to 53, Dare to 49, Snav to S41. So much unconfirmed damage going back against the T side. Now cxzi's just peeking around a smoke, had a bit of an angle, says bye-bye, Dare, and there was another one sneaking around as well. I think that was Shane, yeah. Droid with a nice trade back in a second onto cxzi. Intra's chimed through and Droid's carrying him back. It's all down to George in a 1v4, but it looks like Droid might have done enough to get Timbermen to double digits.
I mean, that's exactly what timbermen are capable of, right? That's what they always hold in their back pocket, that firepower. It's never left the server, but the question is, have they ever been able to pull that out with the constant CT aggression coming through? That's the question here. George's going to get clotheslined on the transition, and that's a beautiful 4K from Droid right there. I mean, taking every different angle of approach. Finally, someone is able to punish the overextension, the constant aggression, the in-your-face nature of Squirtle Squad. It has to be a welcomed feeling, but is it too little too late is the question. They need to win 6 straight rounds to keep, you know, this game alive, take it into Inferno.
Well, they definitely need to string something together before Squirtle Squad hit 15. How likely is it they're able to take it to Inferno? Probably still not very. Although if they're able to win this round, it does become a lot more likely. There's nobody on the A site at all, and that's exactly where Timbermen are strolling. There's now a little bit of donut presence from cxzi. He wants to put him through the fryer here. Swaps to a flash, though, and that could just torpedo his whole chances here. They force the swings into him, and he's got a flash from George! A hat trick from cxzi! Bang, bang, bang! He's yelling timber, they're falling down, but he's shut down by Intra. Traded back nicely by George. One more from Droid, and there we are at 15-10. Match point for Squirtle Squad. And they're buying up fully. What can Timbermen purchase? Droid has some cash, and just about nobody else does. Intra has enough for... Oh, he has the AK dropped over by Droid. A couple of flashbangs, probably. Shane onto another AK, perhaps? And Mac 10? I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do here. A deagle for Shane. This is the buy they have to try and stay alive.
Man, oh man. They're going to rush out towards B here. Now, they can hit the brakes just a little bit. Know that they can't go through the flames here. And worried about that aggression towards side all that catwalk here. It's going to be a collapse. cxzi going to once again get a massive multi-kill. No one's been able to trade him out yet either. JazzPimp going to further the aggression, and days are numbered here. Droid finds 2, but that's all they have left standing right there. About as clean as it gets on the CT side. They actually limited Droid to 0 kills as well, so that's a whole half that he doesn't find any impact right there, in a half that he was just so monstrous just before.
Yeah, great way to really eliminate Dare's presence on the map in that second half, and just completely sucking the air out of the room for Timbermen. And for Squirtle Squad, is kind of what we expected, isn't it? Just a dominating aim performance, a little bit too much